My name is Seth, and I travel the country gambling and playing poker for a living. Every poker player dreams of being on the biggest stage under the lights with thousands of people watching them win millions of dollars. But there's another side to poker that people don't talk about. I got invited to play poker in a literal abandoned warehouse. I'm not sure whether to be excited or absolutely terrified.
And don't get any sticky fingers.
But I do know one thing. I need to book a win. Let's go.
Poker is one of those games that is consistently attempting to destroy your mental. And I mean, it's the game we signed up for, right? It has variance, natural luck built into the game. Sometimes you're not going to run good, and sometimes you're going to run like a god. It's good to take breaks. It's good to, take a week off sometimes, take a couple weeks off. If you're struggling or, on a bad downswing or something, just give yourself a break. Not me, though. Not me. We're playing tonight. It's a Monday, Mondays are good for poker, right? Skill game, honey. Reminder that poker is a skill game. Sometimes. My girlfriend's parked behind me, and I'm already late. Oh, this is bad.
The thumbnail is not clickbait, by the way. I am quite literally in an abandoned warehouse in downtown Minneapolis. Just for the record, this is my first time playing in this game. I know one of the guys who invited me pretty well, but I've never been here before. It's pitch black. There's semi-trucks laying on their side, junked cars everywhere. There's no paved road, 2 feet potholes. It's a huge sliding barn door like you see in the Criminal Minds shows. I was terrified entering this place. I'm gonna get mugged. This is the worst decision I've ever made. And I'm making a vlog out of it. What am I am willing to do anything for content. We get our seat, load up some chips, and now it's time to lock in. We have to transfer from being scared and not knowing where we are to locking in and playing good poker. We're gonna play some good, solid poker. Let's hop right into it. The first hand, just like last vlog, is gonna be a crazy one. I look down at pocket tens, raised to $15. The player on my left puts in the call, and then the small blind comes in for a very small 3-bet, makes it $45. I have found that people do not bluff very much in the literal first hand of a poker session. Might be the most underbluff spot in all of poker. So I don't think there's any merit in 4-betting pocket tens. And I would actually love for the player on my left to come in so we can play a nice little 3-way pot with a pretty strong hand. So that's what I do. I call, and the player on our left does call. With $135 in the middle, the flop comes Jack 10-3 with 2 diamonds. Boom! We have middle set first hand. This is so sick. The small blind now leads out for $50. I think you should probably be going a little bit bigger here. This is a very wet and dynamic board. I go all in. All in. The player on our left folds. He calls. He has pocket queens. No good, sir. We have pocket tens. We're going to run it twice. And on the first board, the run out comes king on the turn, ace on the river to actually give him a straight. The second run out comes 4-4. We boat up, and we're going to chop this one up. No harm, no foul. In the next hand, and I swear, I am not lying. This is truth. I have pocket aces in the big blind. The under the gun player raises to $10. The same player that we were all in with last hand, 3 bets on the button to $35, and we have pocket aces in the big blind. What a dream spot. I'm just going to be 4-betting to a pretty normal sizing out of position. He has about $270 behind, so I make it $105 to go. The original razor fold.
Trying to kill each other early.
Immediately, the button player announces that he's all in. Let me think about this one. Okay, yeah, I call. American Airlines, buddy, you're going to need some help. We're running it twice, and honestly, I'm just going to let you listen to this run out.
I have aces. Once or twice. It's up to you. I do. Dude, what in the hell? Twice.
What the fuck is you were meant to lose to him, bro. You gotta put this guy in. I feel like I'm watching your YouTube shorts, bro.
What in the hell?
Aces versus kings? What? Bro, you would have so good. Oh, that's fucking.
Hey, oh my god, we're gonna chop again!
What? He's gotta make the fucking vlog.
Dude, nice hand. Dude, the comments. Hold on.
Bro, you
the
gotta
comments
tip
are all
it.
good.
I can see you typing it, okay? I can see you typing it in the comment section right now. Why are you running it twice? Run it one time. Listen to me. It does not matter. It doesn't matter at all. All it does is reduce variance. And if you think it does anything else, I will invite you to my poker game because we actually have a seat open just for you. There might be a bit better entertainment value in just running it once. So in future vlogs, I will consider running it once for better entertainment value and more pain and less work for my editor, honestly. So, okay, next hand. Once again, we have a premium, but not in the way you'd expect. It's Jack King offsuit. If you're in our live streams, you know that we like to have fun with this hand. Anyway, I raise it up to $15 and we get 3 callers. Good old low stakes poker. $60 in the middle. The flop comes Jack 7-4. In multi-way pots like this, I'm just really going to be very conservative. The only hands that I would be betting are like very nutted hands that unblock top pairs, and then a lot of my like high equity bluffs, like open-ended straight flush draws, stuff like that. It checks to me. I check to the imposition player, and he puts out a wager of $40. I was just going to call, but a player calls in between us. I decide my hand is good enough to raise, and there's tons of hands that are worse than us that we can get called by. I raise to $125, and the original raiser thinks for maybe 2 or 3 seconds and just announces that he's all in. The next player folds, and now it's back to us, and I guess I have to call. I don't know. This could just be a pure punt. I put in the call. He just has a set of 4s. We're basically dead, and we do not get there. After getting a set of 10s, pocket aces all in, we are now down $500 in this game. Time to reload. All right, in this next hand, I'm reloading chips, and I have 6-4 of diamonds, and I defend my big blind for $15. The flop comes ace, king, 4, so we have bottom pair. I check. Our buddy bets $10. I call. The turn is a 5, doesn't bring in a backdoor flush draw for us. I check, he checks, and then the river is a 7. So we still have bottom pair. We block some of the straights that could somehow get there, which I probably never have any of those. But regardless, I decide to bluff with my hand. I think he has a lot of showdown when he checks back turn. So I bet $55, about the size of the pot, and he thinks for a long time and then shows us a king and folds. Woo, baby! Give us those $25 back after I just punted off $500. But this is for you guys who say I don't bluff. So how about that, huh? How about them? How about them apples? How about that? I showed you. Next hand. In this next hand, I put on the $6 straddle. The player on my left, who we're going to call from here on out the Albanian Nightmare. He raises to $20. The big blind calls, and I have ace 10 of hearts. I think with the big blind caller, our hand is actually a fine candidate to squeeze with, but I think it's probably best to mix some calls, some 3-bets, and I put in the call. Gonna go to a flop here with $60 in the middle, and the flop comes pretty good. It comes ace 7 for rainbow. I check after the big blind checks, and the initial raiser puts out a large wager, 75% pot from him. He bets $45. The big blind folds, it's back on me. Our hand is basically a pure call here. There's no point in raising because his value is better than ours. And then there's no point in folding because, I mean, we have top pair. So we're just left with one option. We call. I put in the call. Shocking stuff here, guys. Shocking developments. The turn is a pretty good one. It's a red jack, completing the rainbow, I believe. So there's no flush draws or anything like that. I check. And now our opponent checks back. The river is an 8. So I consider betting, but I don't really know what I'm going to be targeting. I just decided, since we're playing against the Albanian Nightmare, who is very much an action player, loves to bluff, loves to get in there, mix it up, I think our hand probably just works best as a bluff catch. So I check, and he fires for $90. Our plan was to check call and pick off some bluffs, so that's what I do. I call, and he says nuts, and then shows 9-10 offsuit. And what's very embarrassing, in this moment, I genuinely thought he was joking and just showing me 10 high. So I show my cards. I show ace 10 of hearts, and I'm like, you dumbass. Like, give me those chips. No, he actually has the nuts. 9-10 backdoor to straight. And it takes me forever to realize it. I'm so embarrassed and sick to my stomach, but I don't think anybody noticed. I don't know, man. It's rookie hour over here. I've never played poker before. Clearly, I don't even know what a straight is. I can't read a board. Just so sad. I need to start playing better. Otherwise, I'm going to end up getting cooked in this session. Like, I need to lock in. This next hand is an absolute trip, so strap in. There is a late position open to $13. He's on my right, and I have ace king of clubs, so a premium here. I 3-bet to $40, and the small blind cold calls. It folds around, and then the original raiser on our right also puts in the call. So the flop is going to come very, very good and favorable for our hand. It comes ace 10 9 rainbow, no flush draw, pretty clean board, some straight draws, and obviously we have top pair, top kicker, but I don't have a chance to bet in this hand. The original raiser who called my 3-bet now decides it's his turn to take back the momentum of the hand, if you will. He bets $50. I don't really know what this looks like. And typically when people donk on ace high boards, especially in 3-way pots, it's actually a pretty strong range opposed to being a weak one like you might see when it's a heads up pot and they're out of position or whatever. So I think I'm just going to call, and there's a few reasons. The player on my left is $1,000 effective with me, and the player on my right only has 300 left. So a lot more chips to be had on the left. Anyway, the Armenian Nightmare also puts in the call, and we see a pretty bad turn card. It is a black 10. This is better for the Armenian Nightmare. It's also better for the original raiser on my right. I don't know. Horrible card. They check to me. Pretty good spot to just implement some pot control and check this one back. The river is a 6. There's no flush draws. It brings in 7-8, and obviously trip 10s beats us. There's full houses out there. Now the Armenian Nightmare leads out for $225. Oh boy. And the guy on our right thinks forever. He is in the tank. I tell myself if he calls, I will have to call because I will be getting such good pot odds. He thinks forever. He ends up folding, which sucks. And now I'm kind of in a tough spot where I'm facing a fairly large wager. Oh, I don't know. I'm so impartial on this one. I really went 50-50. I thought for a long time for me. And eventually I decide that my hand is just a bit too strong. And I've played it in such a weird way that I've underrepresented my holdings for such a strong hand that I have. So I decide to put in the call, and we hear the magical words. He says, "You're good." And I show my cards, and we are going to scoop in a just under $800 pot. Let's go. In this next hand, I have my favorite hand in all of poker, ace queen offsuit. I've probably lost more with ace queen offsuit in my very short poker career than any other hand. It's not even close. There's a straddle. I raise to 20 under the gun with ace queen offsuit, and the big blind and the straddle both come along. So in position, $60 in the middle. The flop comes a very dry and not dynamic king 9-4, as dry of a board as you could possibly imagine. They both check to me. I think we can actually bet for value with our hand. So I bet out for $20. The big blind puts in the call, and then the straddler gets out of the way. So heads up, there's $100 in the middle, and the turn is another brick. It's an offsuit deuce. No flush draws. The board is very, very static. And when it checks to me, I don't know. I think if we start just bluffing with ace queen, we're probably just bluffing with way too many hands. So I'm going to check this one back, exercise a little bit of pot control. The river is an ace. So we make top pair best kicker, which is a really nice spot to be in. And I'm thinking about what sizing I would pick here if he checks, but he doesn't check. He bets $90. I don't really know what bluffs there are, if any. I put in the call, and he just says, "You're good." So I show ace queen. Ace queen's going to be good here, scooping in a nice little pot with our least favorite hand in the entire poker universe. The beautiful thing about this game is if you get card dead, or your back's starting to hurt, or you get tilted and you want to stand up, they have a basketball court. For those of you that didn't know, actually, I'm a bit of a retired college athlete myself. Yeah, I had a very underwhelming career in D3 basketball, which a lot of people shit on D3 basketball. There's no reason to do that. I had a bunch of All-Americans on my team, people who could have walked on at D1 schools, really talented basketball players. Is there anybody out there that's a better poker player and basketball, like all-around player than me?
Damn, son.
I don't know. I saw Tristan Thompson, the NBA player, play poker, so I know he likes it. If you think you're a great poker player and you think you're a great basketball player, we should make some content together. See, we do a 1v1 and then we do a 1v1 in poker. It'd be sick. For this next hand, I'm going to have to catch you up really quick because I started recording late. So It starts with me playing really bad. Early position open, the player on my right calls, and I have pocket threes. I try to play 3-better fold for the most part, but when we're super deep with some opponents in position close to the button, I can sometimes get away with just throwing in a call with some of my pocket pairs or suited connectors that I don't want to 3-bet. So I call, and sure enough, we get caught with our pants down. The Albanian Nightmare on our left is going to squeeze this one up to $80. Everyone folds, and it's back to me. If you're getting squeezed with pocket threes out of position, you should fold. I put in the call, praying for a good flop, and here's where we start. The flop comes 8-8-3. I flop a full house. Oh, it makes me want to dance. It makes me want to get up and dance. I'm out of breath now. God. He puts in a small wager of $65 into about 200. No reason to raise. There's absolutely no reason to raise. I just put in the call. The turn is a good one. It's a king. So a lot of his hands that, maybe are just stabbing on the flop like ace, king, or king, queen suited, maybe even some king, jack suited, now have top pair. I check it over to him in flow, and he decides to check this one back. The river is a 9, so the board is 8-8-3 king 9. If our opponent is checking back the turn, right, they probably have a lot of showdown value, especially somebody who's going to continue with their bluffs. We know they have showdown value. What would I bet to try and get a hand like pocket 10s, jacks, queens, ace, king, king, queen to fold? Well, I would have to bet huge. So if I want to get one of those hands to call, shout out to Mark Goon, we're going to size down a little bit, but we're still going to go big. I choose a sizing of just under pot. I bet $325, and we get super snapped. He calls before my chips hit the middle, and we are good, chat. We are so good. Scooping in the biggest pot of the night with pocket threes. Hey, sometimes playing bad poker rewards you. Don't play like me. Don't play like me. But ooh, it feels good. Come on, baby. At this point in the night, we are absolutely cooking. We look down at pocket 10s on the button. It folds to me. I raised to $15. The player on my left, the small blind, the Nightmare, raises it up to $50. The big blind cold calls, and now it's back on me with pocket 10s in position. We want to play big pots. I'm going to choose a 4-bet sizing that's not massive, but not super small. A lot of times if it's just heads up, I will just choose a 2x or like 110 sizing. But with the $50 dead in there, I go a little bit bigger, but I think we should still just probably pick like a 3x sizing. I make it 130. The small blind immediately calls, and then the big blind folds. So very nice. We are going to a flop with $310 in the middle, and we go to a flop of queen 6-3 with 2 diamonds. He checks it over to me, and I'm going to be putting a range bet out there in 4-bet pots, so it really doesn't matter. I choose a small sizing of $75, 1/4 pot, very, very, very small sizing. I would do it with all of my hands, and he puts in the call. And the turn just speaks to how amazing we are running right now. It is the 10 of spades. We drill a set, a very disguised set. We unblock top pairs, all the draws. And when he checks to us, I think this is a pretty good spot to start betting a bit on the heftier side. I would have actually liked to see myself go a little bit bigger here. I bet $300. All of this analysis is for nothing because he had nothing. He just folds, and we live to see another day. We pick up a pretty good pot, though. It's always nice to win the 4-bet pots, the big ones that matter. So moving on to the next one. Okay, we have arrived to the last hand of the night. There is an early position raised to $15. I look down at pocket 5s on the button, and I put in the low frequency just call for me because there's some fun players in the small blind and the big blind, and I would love for us to go 4 ways when I'm, obviously going to flop a set. And that's what happens. The small blind calls, and so does the big blind. So we are going 4 ways, $60 in the middle, to just such a sexy flop. It comes ace, 10, 5, rainbow. We have bottom set, baby. Come on. We are running so hot. It's unbelievable. I almost start to feel guilty. Nah, I'm just kidding. I would never feel guilty. It checks to the original raiser, and he puts in a wager of $20. I don't think our hand needs a ton of protection, and also a raise on an ace-high board is just one of the most under-bluff spots in all of poker. So I don't know where my bluffs would come from if I ever would be bluffing here. So only one thing to do. I put in the call. And then the small blind and the big blind both put in the call as well. This is absolutely beautiful. The turn is a jack, so king queen gets there, but other than that, there's really nothing to be afraid of. And it checks to me this time. So really nice spot to just start putting in reasonably sized value bets. We want all types of hands to call, and we're going to get raised and get action from, you know, 2 pairs anyway. Even hands like ace, king, ace, queen are never folding. So we're in a really good spot. I put out a wager of $100, and somehow, some way, one by one, they all fold.
I'm finally in Profitsville.
This is the end of this awesome and amazing and fun session. Shout out to these guys for inviting me to the game. We were in the game 6 hours of poker for $1,200, and we cashed out for $2,055, which is an $855 win. I really needed that because I'm about to hop on a plane and go to Los Angeles and play the most insane 3 days of poker I have ever experienced.
What are you about to do?
$1,000 one hand.
What?
And I don't want to spoil anything, but
Holy shit, Seth.
it might end with me playing the biggest pot of my life. I'll see you next time.